Hello again, everybody. It's been taking a bit longer to get Katawa Shoujo up and running again, and that's mainly because of the audio. I had to change headsets, thought that would solve the problem. Then I couldn't find the headset, and then I found the headset and I didn't hear any audio from the speakers, so maybe you would have heard it, I don't know, but I know that I didn't hear anything from my speakers, so anyways. And thanks for the welcome back. And thank you, Bereka, also, for mentioning to talk with the other people from the stream. So, yay. Alright, here we go. Next day, I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. I actually feel a bit lightheaded myself right now. I hope all of the audio is good, because I'm using a different headset, so I can't like manipulate the audio from the speakers itself. So, I hope that the music audio and my voice audio is very, very like the quality that it should be, or at least better, so let's hope that. Anyways, here we go. Next part of Katawa Shoujo. The next day I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine since it's a Sunday and there are no classes. Not just Sunday though, but the festival as well. From my window I can already see some people. Hang on. I noticed that this headset also. Okay, I don't think the headset was the problem actually that wasn't working. I think there's something from the speakers then that's wrong. That doesn't make me hear the right side at all. This is annoying. Oh well. Anyways. I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with craving for low quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider those as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. There's no urgent obligations regarding education. I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today out of impulse. No, why'd you do that? You should avoid Kenji at all flipping cost. I'm curious if he has any plans since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Or possibly something like a fort, complete with no girls allowed sign, and with girls crossed out and body cruelly scrawled underneath it. Knocking on his door, which is luckily devoid of any kind of sign, I hear again the unsettling clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. The door opens up a crack. Who is it? You're supposed to ask that before you open the door. Oh, it's you. Damn, it's early. It's not really that early. What is it, man? Nothing. I was just gonna ask you what you're gonna do today. Half the school is out there already. Out where? Why? What? What? Is today special? Why are they there? Who are? I can hear them, it's loud. Don't tell me. Has the invasion begun? He suddenly looks more alarmed. What day is it, man? Yeah, I guess you can't see the big wooden booths outside and people selling stuff. What the hell are you talking about? I have my curtains closed all the times to thwart the snipers. It's the festival, you know that, right? Oh shit, that's today? Ah, damn it. I can't believe I forgot. I don't have my fort finished yet. This is bad. This is gonna be a very bad day. It's good you told me this, man. This is gonna be a bad day. Jeez, pessimist. Why? Man, they're going to be everywhere. The people outside my window socializing. Kenji rubs his temples nervously, suddenly looking very ill. It's going to be loud as hell. Damn, I was going to go out today, but now it's ruined. Everything is ruined. This is awful. This sucks. This sucks. What the hell? This really sucks. I can't go anywhere now. There's nowhere to run. Kenji seems nervous. You could say he's majorly freaked out. I can't believe this. So that's what today was. Damn, and I couldn't even prepare for it. I couldn't even brace myself. Now it's here and I can't do anything. You should have told me this early, dude. I mean, at least I know, but I could have known earlier. Imagine what I could have accomplished. Sorry, I thought you knew. So I guess you're not going to do anything today? Weather is even good. Yesterday was really windy, so I thought today would be cold. It's not though, so there's no reason to just stay inside. Yeah, you should check the festival out. Kenji groans and covers his face with his hands. No, I can't do it. They'll eat me alive out there, I know it. That has to be a joke, but he said it with such a straight face. Relatively straight. What are you gonna do? We should hang out in here. You can help me build my fort. We might still make it if we work together. Well, I joined the art club, so I guess I'll go with them. You did what? Joined the art club. Man, that was a bad move. Really bad. You don't know what kind of girls there are in the art club. Troubled, angsty cuties who tear your heart out and eat it raw. Well, I know one art club member, and I don't really see Rin suddenly becoming a psychotic murderer. Seems very unlikely. Don't say that. Don't fool yourself. You have no idea what you're dealing with here. Man, they're the worst kind. They drag you in with all this fancy-pansy shit, and then when you least expect it, BAM! Bam what? Kenji seems slightly fazed by my skepticism, but not any less lonely. It doesn't matter. Tread carefully, man. Tread carefully. He fingers his scarf nervously, faster and faster, like he's trying to start a fire, then slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes, running its course. I'm going to have to find some place to hide in, a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself so that I don't have to experience this horrible day. I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now. Don't go to the festival. Okay. Later, dude. Oh, that was my speakers. Were my speakers. The door slowly closes with a low creak, and I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. The happy hubbub of the crowd greets me as I push myself through the main door and step outside. What are those things in the... Is that the mural, or is that packages, or... Anyways, the school grounds were transformed into... Sorry. The school grounds were transformed into festival grounds over yesterday and this morning. Colorful stands line at the main walkways from the main entrance to the school building. Some people are still carrying stuff to and fro, but behind most counters are relaxed students who look like they are good to go. Most of the other students have been up early to finish the preparations. A feeling of guilt passes through me, but it soon goes away. I'm just a lowly transfer student after all. So, damn, you're so depressed, dude. Stop it. Some visitors are already strolling around the grounds. There are some young families with perturbed parents trying to keep up with their over-enthusiastic offspring. A few students of our own accompanied by their parents. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry for the speech. And a lot of old and young people who are here for no reason, I can imagine. The Kaylin bursts into life and the principal's squeaky voice announces the opening of the festival over the PA system. Everyone applauds politely, if a bit unenthusiastically. A school festival? We didn't really have festivals at my old high school. It feels kind of old-fashioned, especially considering the school I came from, but it's still somewhat exciting. A day off feels sweet after the first week of hard work, despite me lying on the hospital bed for 4 months prior to this. I recall even wishing that I could go to math lessons during my stint at the hospital. I can't remember the program for the festival. Sorry, I'm yawning. I thought I slept enough today. Even though Matao went through it during class just the other day. I step off the dorm steps, intending to take a tour around the grounds to see all the stuff the others have set up, but I only make it down to the bottom of the stairs. A few people are... Damn, it's a lot more peaceful and quieter if all those background noises aren't there. A few people are studying Rin's mural on the wall, while the artist herself is lounging on the sidelines, leaning against the wall and looking extremely bored and mildly under the weather. Good morning. Hello. How's it going? Nowhere. I'm stuck. What do you mean stuck? I mean I can't walk stuck. I think my legs are out of order because of yesterday. Does it hurt? It's hard to say. Maybe. The strain of working on the mural was greater than she let me know. I thought it was just a bit of tired muscles or something. I mean to ask something further, but Rin swiftly moves on to another topic. Teacher's friends came by. Then they headed into town for lunch and asked me to go. It was a good thing my legs hurt so much. Wait, was? Oh, but you're stuck sitting there, that's not good. I'll just wait till I can walk again. It should be either sooner or later, if you think about it for a while. Teacher was happy that I finished the mural. He should be. But I wonder if it's finished after all. Oh? I thought yesterday that I had done everything, but now I'm not sure anymore. I should paint more details. Maybe. Probably. It's very hard to decide. Finished or not, the mural looks great in broad daylight. Various human body parts repeated over and over in wildly mutating, mostly disfigured variety are the main element. Hey, I thought I had mature content filter on those. No. Bad. They are rough looking, as if faultlessly placed and rudimentarily painted, but a great deal of thought and care has gone into each and every one of them. Does this one have a frog growing out of his head? It's a goldfish. What's that? It's nothing. Anyway... The wall is so wide, I have to turn my neck from side to side to see the entire painting. It's hard to consider it as a single piece. The elements don't seem to fit together, but I guess they do create some kind of a whole. Abstract as this is, it's not abstract if you can see, like, make things out of it, you know. Yin-yang, now that's abstract. But this, no. I have no idea what it's supposed to be portraying, but it looks nice. That's enough for me. I settle myself next to Rin, leaning against the wall like she does. The happy noises of the festival are becoming louder as more and more folks enter the grounds. The dorms are far from the main attractions in the main building and the stands around the courtyard, so most visitors have not found their way here yet. A somewhat bored expression settles on Rin's face, making her look detached from everything that's going around her. She's being awfully quiet. I wonder if she's in pain. So what did the art people say about your mural? My question wakes Rin from her daydreaming. She lazily turns her face towards me. Not sure. I think they liked it. Maybe they did. What about you? Are you happy with the mural? 'Cause I kind of participated. I'd be terrible if you weren't happy. Rin tilts her head, biting her lower lip. I think it came out decently. It's not bad, but it's not good either. It just is. I guess I'm alright at being empty-minded. Oh, she looks sad. She looks very, very sad. Can I ask something else? What does the painting really portray? I thought about it yesterday when you said that it doesn't portray anything. But that's a logical fallacy, isn't it? You can't make something out of nothing, not even art. Rin frowns and turns her head back towards the clouds. Don't you dare question me! I don't know. I'm not really good at explaining things. It's just a mural. There's nothing special to it. I said it already. She sounds annoyed at my inquiries. I didn't know... I didn't know what I'd paint, so I decided to paint just a mural. It's a mural that portrays a mural. No, wait, I just thought up a better way to say it. It portrays itself. So it's a muralness is at the maximum, at least as far as I can do. So if you think it has some meaning, I think that's the same as this one has. That makes no sense. Meaning? I feel the corners of my mouth turning upwards into a smile that's just a tiny bit bothered. Oh, that's nice indeed. Okay. I've never understood art in the deepest meaning of the word. I get the basics, how art is supposed to be only a means for exchanging ideas and thoughts. Only a means? That's not really. However, I never learned how I should interpret a piece of art to somehow divine what the artist intends to say through it. I know it's not any special skill, but somehow my brain never can connect art with anything else than what I see. All I see is a mural. What Rin intended, right? I can admire the technical skill. After all, I know the difference between bad art and mediocre art and good art. But that's as far as I can go, so don't ask me about meanings, Rin. Her reply sure made me reluctant to ask her about it any further either. So what are you doing when you get on your feet? Nothing. Nothing, but there's the festival. Don't you want to go have some fun? I'm fine like this. You don't like socializing much, do you? I think I'm arguing more for her than for myself at this point. It's not that I'm particularly thrilled about the festival either. Just a bit curious to see what it's like, and that's about it. Her answer is unsurprising. No, I don't. I guess me neither in the end. You should go if you want to. I know, but I can keep you company. I'm not used to all this yet, so it's okay to take it easy. I can leave though if you want to be alone. I like it if you're here. Duh! Well, at least she has an opinion about that, because I remember she used to say, I think, that she didn't really care if you were around or not, or whatever. Or something like that. We circle around each other with words. But eventually end up somewhere. Her saying that makes me feel oddly happy, so I stay. Her presence is something I like too. The odd warm aura of serenity that she seems to emanate makes it comfortable to be silent. I really like that. We watch people walk by, the two of us silent, everyone else chatting happily among themselves. Students are leading their families to the dorms to show their rooms. They pass us and the mural, maybe glance at it once or twice. I pay less attention to them and more to my companion, trying to figure my way past her cryptic, unreadable wall of a face. Rin's eyes flicker restlessly from one person to another as they walk by. Is she waiting for people to stop at the mural? Maybe secretly hoping someone would comment on it? I don't think anyone would assume she was an artist. We're just sitting here like a pair of hobos after all, and she doesn't even have hands. I wonder if it's even in Rin's style to fish for compliments. She seems so aloof. More people walk by, some of them pointing their fingers at the mural, exchanging words that I can't make out. Someone drops a snow cone on his shoe. Too bad for him. Everyone seems to like it. I suggested tentatively, throwing a topic in the stale summer air separating us. Rin doesn't answer right away, but by now I am mostly used to her occasional slowness when she must talk. It's like she takes great care picking her words, which is really unbelievable when you consider the jumble that comes out of her mouth. I wanted to make it so that you can just look at it without thinking. Then I realized that it doesn't make any sense, so it became something like a mix of this and that. From far away it looks like someone vomited a herd of butterflies on the wall. Which is exactly what that obnoxious president person didn't want. Is that word that? Is that word that? What word? The word, man. The word. Oh, that. What is the word for more than one butterfly? Butterflies? No, like a herd or a school or a heap. Oh, I don't know. Flock maybe. I think it's a school of butterflies. No? I'm not sure. Maybe people like butterfly vomit. Rin looks at the mural, looking surprisingly unhappy. What got you so down, damn, woman? The middle could be better. Usually I like in-betweens, but this was a pain in my butt. Not literally, of course. Then again, I did get that too. I guess it was literally after all. Don't be so critical of yourself. She looks at me funnily, but shuts up. At about this point I start thinking if I should really leave and do something more constructive with my Sunday. This is the pinnacle of social failure. A whole free day, a festival right outside my doorstep, and what do? Sit here with Rin. But don't you dare say that. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. It's fun with Rin, even though she's weird. You decided to sit next to her, don't you dare complain. Two bystanders with nothing to do except to think what a pity it is to just be a bystander. Even realizing how pitiful it is, I don't do anything. I don't stand up and take off for a day of fun. Shuffle, shuffle. Fidget. Shuffle. Rin is shuffling about restlessly, constantly swinging one leg over the other knee and then back again. She has a very irritated look on her face. Is something wrong? Yes, no, yes. She suddenly hops on her feet. It's surprising. I thought she was still rendered immobile, but apparently that's not the case. I have to go find Amy or someone. I need some help with something. I can help you. No, it's okay. One of us has to stay here in case something happens. Don't be ridiculous. Nothing even remotely interesting has happened since I came here except that one guy who dropped a snow cone on his foot. Let me help you since I'm bored. So what is it? Rin's lips flatten tightly against each other into an almost perfectly horizontal line. She closes her eyes and draws a deep breath. When she opens her eyelids, the frighteningly stern look in her dark eyes takes me aback. Hisao, you might not want to hear this, or maybe you do, I don't know, but it doesn't matter, and even if it would, you are not leaving me any choice. I'm having my... Really? Really? So people decided to put in a stereotypical thing with a stereotypical woman thing, and it can't ever be that women are just fidgety or upset because they're not on the period. Really? Fine. And I need help regarding that. However, I don't feel that our relationship is yet on the level where I could allow you to pull my underwear down in the girls' toilet even if you offer to. That's why you should stay here while I go look for Emmy. As blood rushes to my cheeks like the rising tide, my brain tried to desperately search for an answer. But the only thing I can think of is how that was the most coherent thing I've ever heard coming out of Rin's mouth during these 4 days I've known her. Yes. Not wanting to meet Rin's eyes, I turn my face aside, pretending I'm looking at someone's parents. From the corner of my eye, I see Rin turning on her heel and walking off without further ado. I feel like going to hide under some rock. I wonder how long Rin will be gone, or if she will return at all. She does return eventually, appearing seemingly out of nowhere and sitting back to where she was, next to my place. I'm back. She says it flatly, like my blunder never happened. I'd prefer to forget the whole matter as well, so I keep quiet. Time passes in standstill. The sun gleams from high above the main building. It hits me directly in the eyes, but I just squint instead of moving. In a bit, it becomes painful to keep my eyes open just a little, and my temples start aching. My head hurts. I think this day gave me a headache. Can you believe it? Are you hungry? How is that related to a headache? It's not. It so is! I can get headaches if I'm hungry, and I'm sure many other people can get headaches if they don't have food in their freaking bellies. Her oblivious seriousness melts my irritation with its ridiculousness, and I find the corners of my mouth turning slightly upwards again. You know what? So am I. I'll go get some food for us. What do you want? My treat. Doesn't matter. Returning with the food, I give one portion to Rin, taking the other for myself, and we dig in without a word. Rin looks upwards, fork hanging out of the corner of her mouth. What are clouds? I always thought they were thoughts of the sky or something like that, because you can't touch them. You thought like that when you were a kid? No, last week. Maybe because sometimes my thoughts feel like clouds, fluffy and white and slow. Like the sky was in my mind. Like my mind was the sky. The sky of your mind? Close your eyes and think of the sky. You won't be able to think of anything else until you stop. I try. It works. Magic? Opening my eyes, I see Rin studying me with her eyes. It feels uncomfortable because she doesn't say anything. I turn away. Clouds are water, evaporated water. You know, they say that almost all of the water in the world will at some point of its existence be a part of a cloud. Every drop of tears and blood and sweat that comes out of you, it'll be a cloud. All the water inside your body too. It goes up there sometime after you die. It might take a while though. Your explanation is better than any of mine. Because it's true. That must be it. I carry on eating the food before it gets cold. The wall offers a bit of blessed shade as the sun revolves around the dome of the sky. But the afternoon is already slowly making way for the evening, so our lunch becomes more of a dinner, whatever the word is for an irregular meal like this. Despite what I decide to call it, it certainly hits the spot. I haven't eaten a bit since forever. My appetite filled. I let out a satisfied sigh. Rin hasn't eaten all of hers, but seems to have done with her food as well. I lean back, taking in the atmosphere. The crowd has thinned already, but the activities are still going. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. And why not? It's warm. The kind of perfect summer day when it's hot, but not too hot for comfort. The sun will set soon. Time has really flown by. We've been sitting here for 6 hours. Yes, we have. You want to do something else now? No, not really. Me neither. She adjusts her position and leans against the wall. And I follow her lead, relaxing my own body. For minutes on end we sit there without saying a word. I'm trying to feel Rin's mood from her demeanor, the tension of her muscles, the tiny expressions fleeting on her back. It's no use, she's unreadable as always. The crowd swells to and fro, people happily chatting with each other. Very few people pay real attention to the mural, and even less to us. I fiddle with a few old pebbles absent-mindedly. The act of doing something just for the sake of doing something. The pinnacle of idleness. Inch by inch, the sun creeps lower and lower towards the tree line, changing the color of the sky close to the horizon from golden yellow to orange and red, as the moment of sunset draws near. I feel like my stomach is filled with lead after eating so heavily, but the brick wall feels surprisingly comfortable against my back. I try to fight against the drowsy feeling that is overwhelming me, to no avail. I wake up with a start. A low boom reverberates through the school grounds. After images of bright sparks flash through my vision like stars. Something rises towards the skies from the direction of the sports field. A tail of fire trails behind it until a burst of red and yellow flame lights the sky high above the school with another loud boom. Fireworks. The sudden flash of light against the canvas of the night sky awakens me to realize that it's actually dark already. How long did I sleep? I feel groggy and can't feel my right arm. As I attempt to flex it, I realize why. Rin is leaning heavily against my shoulder, almost falling on my lap. Rin fell asleep on him. She's fast asleep, not even fazed by the fireworks. Her mouth is slightly open and her eyes are peacefully closed, a sleeping child-like face of innocence. I shake Rin gently with my free arm, trying to wake her up or failing that, move her so that my other arm is liberated from its pinch. Rin's face twitches and her eyelids shut tighter, as if to resist against waking up. She gradually opens her eyes, but keeps them half closed, letting the light from the fireworks sneak just past her eyelashes so that her green irises mirror the bright flashes of the explosions, then looks up at me and frowns. Just a while longer, okay? Rin's voice is drowsy and slow, leaving her almost unintelligibly muttered words hanging lazily in the air. Seems she is not entirely aware of the situation. Rin's head drops back on my shoulder as she leans against me with all her weight. She snuggles against my side, trying to make herself comfortable, but making me feel very uncomfortable at the same time. I become intensely, almost painfully aware of Rin's warm and my headset dropped off. Great. I become intensely, almost painfully aware of Rin's warm body and the deep, peaceful movement of her chest against my arm. Her breathing soon returning to the even rhythm. I can't help admiring her gift for sleeping, or the ease of mind of hers to use someone as she has known for less than a week as a pillow. The rockets rise up to the sky at one at a time, breaking into flowers of red, green and gold, accompanied by the oohs and ahs of the audience. I tried to push Rin's disconcerting proximity out of my mind. For what can I do about it? I just hope a short while really is that. One by one the glittering bursts are born and die in a blink of an eye, colouring the dark night sky into a constantly changing abstract painting. Now that I could say would be abstract, yes. Even though, never mind. I listened to the low booms of the explosions and Rin's quiet breathing, trying to clear my own head of the post-awakening disorientation. Thankfully, just a while longer really proves to be just a while, as Rin stirs from her slumber and wakes up again before the fireworks are over. I fell asleep. She finally opens her eyes completely and blinks a few times. You fell asleep on top of me. Twice. You didn't like it? Well, despite the inconclusive stammering, Rin sips upright, drawing herself away from me. Well, you are heavy. It's a lie. She weighs next to nothing, but I have to get a jab back at her, even if it's under the belt. My mock Why? At least give a choice here to how you can respond. Whatever. My mock protest fails to draw any reaction as Rin's attention draws upwards to the flashes of the fireworks. She seems hypnotized by the colorful play of the explosions. A slight tingling sensation goes up and down in my arm as blood starts to circulate again. It's unpleasant, but it helps me to get rid of this dizzy feeling. More and more rockets rise up to the sky, the bright colors of their explosions reflecting from the clouds. Both of us stare at the fireworks fixedly through the canopy of the trees, enthralled by the show. We would get a vastly better view of the sky if we moved even a couple of yards, but neither of us bothers to even suggest it. I really do like fireworks, even though looking at them makes me feel kinda sad. I think it's like they want you to look at them so bad, so they are loud and bright, but when someone looks, they're already gone. It's like they were not even real. They are real, I can tell you that. All of this is real, you know. If you think about it, nothing really lasts for long. Even something like my life or yours is just a blink of an eye in the history of everything. Like one of those rockets. Poof, and we're gone. But we're here, aren't we? Yeah, this is reality. Rin sitting next to me, the loud bangs of the fireworks, the vast unlimited sky. These things are definitely real, even though they won't stay here forever. I feel warm inside, and I wonder if it's because Rin is so close to me or just the feeling of being alive. I don't really know what I should say next. It's alright, maybe I'm just talking to myself. But you know, fireworks are pretty, but in the end, isn't it somehow silly to spend so much money on a fraction of a second worth of pretty sparkles? Rin rips her gaze off the still ongoing spectacle and leans backwards, looking at me with a repulsed face. Wow, I never expected you to be such a cynic. Cynic is a pretty harsh word. Rather than that, I think of myself as a realist. Isn't a realist just the word for what a cynic calls himself? The final rocket goes out with a bang of silver and blue, leaving the grounds eerily silent for a moment until the crowd starts moving towards the main gate like a cattle herd. Wisps of grey smoke drift towards the dorms from the sports field. The pungent, sulphurous smell of gunpowder it carries along feels like it sticks to my hair and clothes. Was that it? I think so. I stand up and stretch my sore back. Sleeping against a brick wall wasn't such a good idea after all. Rin stands up as well and turns to face me with an expectant gaze on her tired features. Although she seems to have trouble focusing her eyes, she is looking straight at me, something I feel has not occurred too often in the past week. So I suddenly realize we have been almost on a date here, as if by accident, even if we did nothing. But it wasn't, so why is blood rushing to my cheeks and my speech stammering? I don't know what I should say, especially since it seems Rin is waiting for me to say something, but luckily she solves my problem for me. Good night, Hisao. You should have said something, Hisao. Ah! She gives me one more lingering look, measuring me from tip to toe, turns around on her heel and skips off, disappearing into the crowd. Okay, good night. I'm left standing there, giving my response to the cooling night air. The festival turned out to be nothing like I expected. I ended up spending a all day in one spot with Rin, even though neither of us agreed nor suggested that we do anything. I just didn't have anything better to do, and evidently neither did she. Wind's warmth lingers for a while longer in my body before disappearing into the falling night. Alright, that's a nice ending for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and apparently I reached the second chapter. I don't know how many there are, but darn, that was a long first chapter in my opinion. It was very enjoyable, and judging from what I've heard and what I've seen with the second chapter now being announced here, I'm guessing I got Rin's path. Rin's story, so be sure to check out more of this, and I'll see you next time. I think I'm gonna go to bed now. It was very nice playing this game. Yes. Hope you all do well, and see you next time. Goodbye.